Hey there, welcome to another Road to Riot, and this is, surprise, I didn't think I was going to be able to do a video today, but I was able to find the time to make it happen because we're moving, and this is the last video you're going to see this background, which isn't much of a background, I'll give you that. This window just overexposes me like 9 times out of 10 when I'm on stream and things like that, but this is pretty near and dear to my heart because this is kind of where like my channel really grew. I started it before this in my mother-in-law's basement when my wife and I were living with the in-laws, and that's where the channel started, and this was like our first like actual apartment. So I feel kind of sentimental about it. But we're moving. Office videos a week after next, because next week is going to be crazy actually getting everything done. So I'll see you there in the future. This is the last time you'll see me here with all of this. So anyway, this week started off with characters on Monday, and it worked out, but the problem was that I realized that I was just copying mindlessly. I wasn't really thinking critically, and like it's fine. It's not really good, but like I didn't really learn anything. And because of that, I decided to do Drawabox, like actually like stick with it and like actually do all the exercises instead of quitting halfway because I get bored. So picking up where I left off with Drawabox after the cubes, because all I did was cubes and boxes for the longest time, we're getting into these arrows. So essentially how you do these is that you draw a line here, and then you draw that exact same line offset by a little bit. So if I went up and over and up again, I would start from somewhere else and I would go up and over and up again. And then you'd have to try to figure out how you can make that look 3D. So you could go here, and now the arrow is closer to you, and then you could go this way, and have the arrow go farther away, and then you draw the lines over here, and then you would erase. See if I can do that. You can erase. Oh no, this isn't Photoshop, so not really. But like you get the idea, and you do this right to try to get you thinking about form, and that worked out. And I had varying degrees of success with this. So more arrows, and then we get to sausages, and sausages are like fancy arrows because what you're doing is you're drawing through the sausages with ellipses. So what I mean by that is that instead of like if you have a sausage here, instead of just doing this, right, you're actually drawing the ellipse through. So if you could see it through the other side, and much in the same way, if you were to draw a cube, you could draw through the cube to where instead of doing this, you would draw the ones in the back that you shouldn't technically be able to see. And you're doing that with ellipses and sausages. And I'll be honest, this was kind of hard. The biggest thing that I learned was like this line right here. Oh, why did you zoom me out? Don't like that. This line right here. Between this C and this C. Okay, so now, do you see how this looks like a normal facing C and then this goes backwards? So basically like it's following the angle of the form, and whenever you have this transition, whenever you have this switch in your ellipses, that's the foreshortened piece of your piece. That's the closest part that's closest to the camera. And that was really, really wild to me. So getting the ellipses to look like that they were all in space correctly. So again, perspective, essentially the backbone of all art ever. But this was pretty hard. This was surprisingly difficult, but I started to get the hang of it towards the end. Like this one, I think here was pretty okay. But yeah, so we moved on to sausages. And then these were stupid hard, and I'm going to be working on more of these for the foreseeable future, because basically what it is you're only drawing shadows, because the lines don't exist in the real world, you only have shadows. You know, if you're actually getting to rendering things, so lines are already a simplification and an abstraction of reality. So these exercises are designed to make you only paint shadows looking at textures. And this is supposed to be a rock. This is supposed to be like a bunch of rocks. Like, here's the reference picture on screen, and then this is what I have. And it's not very good at all. It's actually pretty trash. But, you know, we're trying. And then this is the same sort of thing. This one reads a little bit better. You can actually kind of tell it looks like a rope. I think it kind of looks like bread right now, as it is. But here's the reference for that. So again, like, getting a little better, but still pretty difficult if you're only, like, you're limited to 2 values. So if you have different degrees of shadows, you know, you have to choose which one are the most important shadows and simplify it and stylize it that way. So this is really, 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 really hard. I'm going to be keeping on with this because I didn't like how hard it was, but it's so far so good. And that's it. So if you want to be there while I'm doing that, I did that on Twitch, and I do it for about an hour and a half from 5 to 6:30 in the morning before I go into the office. So that's kind of early if you're Pacific time, but if you live not in Pacific Standard Time, or even if you get up that early, come hang out. And if not, I'll just keep doing recap videos for you here. But yeah, this is the last time in the office. In the living room, really. So here we are. I guess we'll get one good look. One last look. Here we are. You've been with me this whole time. There's the couch. Oh, hi, couch. There's our wedding picture. There's the bedroom. And then there's the kitchen. And before long, we're going to have our very own office. Just for us. So that'll be exciting. Alright, guys. I'll see you in the new office in the new place.